I had a message of someone who basically echoed one of my own worst private and personal fears, and that was whether our autism had been caused by a traumatic past event. And the only reason that this gentleman messaged me was because he said that his psychiatrist had said to him that after years of childhood abuse or trauma, he had grown and developed autism as an adult. This is being told to people who are being diagnosed today. This is being told, and this struck a personal chord with me because I have been sexually abused as a child, and I believe, I don't know what I believe. I believed for a very long time that my personality, that my wackiness, that my sensitivity to touch, my food, everything, they put down to the abuse. After being told for so many years, oh, it's because of the trauma, you act like this because of the trauma, you hit yourself because of the trauma, you have these freakouts because of the trauma. The trauma definitely doesn't help, but I've always been autistic, and I've now got I have a lifetime of work to unpick, to I'm supposed to be recording your questions answered. I feel like such a fraud sometimes, because at the moment I'm not understanding any of what I'm feeling. And I'm here making these videos. And I don't even know how to make sense of being autistic myself sometimes. So the question is, do you believe that autism can be caused by trauma? I don't think it can. I don't think it can be, but I have to tell myself that. I have to remind myself that, because that belief that you're damaged, that stays with you for a long time, especially if that's what professionals are kind of insinuated, you know? Like, I would always go to the doctors or to the psychologist and ask them about, you know, why am I ripping my skin off? Why am I going blah, 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 and, you know, and it was all, oh, it's because the abuse did this, and that's because of your personality's been affected by that. It's very difficult to feel proud about being autistic when the medical criteria has us down as abnormal behaviours, challenging behaviours, this, that and the other, no empathy. You know, this criteria, this diagnostic criteria which you are delivering and telling people You're saying to people, you are autistic. Well, autistic is maladaptive and it's abnormal, but you are autistic, now go and make sense of it, good luck. It is impacting the mental health and quality of lives of families and of autistic individuals. Because we're not being taught, in fact, that actually we're a completely different normal, that's for sure, We're not normal, we're autistic. Not abnormal, autistic. I'm so proud. I am so proud of... I've realised that the thing I thought was really bad for me is actually the thing that's kept me going all this time. My autisticness, the thing that makes me look like I'm on drugs, that makes me look crazy, that makes me look psycho, that means that I'm too analytical, I go too deep, I worry about dying every single day, and I think about the future because I can see the bigger picture. We need a diagnostic criteria that I don't even know. My head's so messed by it sometimes. It's so messed because I can see the medical model of autism and I can see the need for it. But I also see the potential to build an autistic culture. A culture where my identity, my son's identity can be realised within. I'm crying because I know that even though I'll work towards it, the type of change that we're wanting to see is hundreds of years, maybe 80 years ahead of us. Something I'll never see in my lifetime, but I hope my son will. This is the thing. I am changing. It's like that lyric, that song from Tame Impala with Kevin Parton. Yes, I'm changing. And I'm singing so bad a picture of Frank fell off the wall. I don't want my son ever to grow up feeling the way I did. I don't want that. None of us want it. It took a lot of reassurance from my psychiatrist. I said to him, but they've been telling me all my life it's because of my abuse. So I'm definitely autistic. He's like, I'll tell you fully about my diagnosis one day. But he said to me, he doesn't normally diagnose people there and then. It's normally like they have to go away and write about it. But because they had like about 10 years worth of notes, of mental health notes, and because they had observations from the psychologist, and because they did a 3-hour assessment, something like that, with an Autie. He came back and he's like, yeah, you're definitely autistic. And there's no doubt about that. I'm sorry it's taken so long to basically get you this answer, but you are autistic. And I was saying, but it's because I was very confused. I was thinking, how can I be autistic if this and this and the crying and the rocking, that happens because unconscious emotions of abuse come up, don't they? No, it's because I'm having a sensory and emotional meltdown. And I do have meltdowns related to the abuse, of course I do, but it doesn't dictate my life in the way that I used to think it did. I said as well, I was like, can you be autistic and be abused? Does that happen? And he said, Yes, Sara, yes. It does. So, yeah, this blog was really difficult for me to do. I wasn't even going to do it. I was going to do a blog on EDS, but pictures are very triggering, and the picture of me as a little girl triggered me to have all of these emotions about autism identity and why couldn't have I known when I was younger kind of stuff, because, you know, I hope that this blog was okay. I'm sorry I'm not doing any social performance skills because I don't want to. I'm not sad, I just don't want to put on a mask. So, but I'm not sad. I've cried it all out. I hope I've not upset anyone. If I have, I'm really sorry, but I can't really hide about it anymore because it's really, I just feel like, why be honest about everything else in my life, but then keep the abuse part secret because it's taboo, and because I feel feelings of disgust, shame and guilt connected to that. It's easier for me to kind of disconnect, pretend I'm talking about somebody else in order to get out the information that I need. Okay, bye bye.